Welcome to 12.5 minutes. My name is Jared Kelly, and I'm with my best friend and co-host, Liz Whitehead.
Oh, your other best friends are going to be mad. Hi, Jared.
Well, I didn't say you're my only best friend. I was just saying.
It's a level. It's a
Yeah,
level.
there is a level to this game. I truly appreciate you for being here and definitely introducing me to some of our fantastic founders and owners and those people that are really making a difference in our communities. But I heard you tell me a little bit about who we're going to meet today. So I'm really interested in hearing because I think you said something about legal, and I always have to deal with legal stuff. So who are we meeting today?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you is how much do you love paying for legal stuff?
Oh, I love it never. But I will say this. I will say this. When it comes down to the need for legal protection, I know we need it from a business perspective all the time. We always get into issues, the minutia, whether it's government contracts or with some of our smaller entities, and we've had issues with people paying us or not paying us. Then you get into intellectual property. We always need legal service, but I'm always afraid of what that bill's gonna look like.
Right, exactly. And there's always like a lawyer on the other side. I would feel like when we're negotiating with big corporations or things like that, there's lawyers on the other side that feel like they're trying to stop us from getting this business done. So that's why I want to introduce you to Ginny Bonifacino, who is a lawyer who's working for us on our side.
Well, welcome, Jenny. I am excited to meet you, and we are excited to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, um, when did you start this firm? I mean, it sounds like this is incredible. I don't know how long you've been doing this. When did you start it, and how did this come up? How did your firm get
So Nazareth Bonifacino Law Benefit LLC was started in 2022. And so my law partner, Natasha, and I were working together at a prior firm and realized we had similar values and we wanted to form a law firm that was dedicated to joyful, purposeful work that transforms our communities and drives positive change. So we did it. We jumped off the cliff together.
Yeah, and that's funny because as attorneys and the word joyful don't always go together.
No, and it can. We love working together and we love working with our clients. We have a lot of fun.
So I'd love to hear an example of how the joyful and purposeful work you do feeds into your clients.
So we have to deal with some really difficult situations with our clients. We serve as outside general counsel, so we're helping them from startup to finish, absolutely everything in between. And a lot of times there's some hard decisions that have to be made. So approaching it as we're helping them with their business, we're helping them grow. We're not saying no, but we're providing problem solving of how to achieve it. And you get a lot more with honey than vinegar. So we tend to just be a lot, more positive people when you're working with us too, which clients appreciate.
That's interesting. I'm curious too, why don't all law firms operate that way?
We don't have time for that. I think there's definitely a traditional law firm paradigm that you're taught in law school, and that's what you're supposed to do. And you don't have to do it. You can do your own thing.
You've broken the mold. Cool.
Working on
it. I mean, that's obviously important. I mean, personality values always come into play. And then also recognizing that there doesn't need to be a cookie cutter approach to law, right? Even though law is a constraint in and of itself, we're still talking about people.
Yeah.
Right? And I guess I would be curious, with the number of clients that you've had, what type of impact are you typically having, or what's something that stands out to you that makes you feel good about doing this type of service?
I love when my clients are finally open and I can go visit, and you just see that they're happy and they finally have this dream that they've managed to bring to fruition, and I negotiated the lease or, help them trademark that mark that's sitting on that wall or something. And it's just really satisfying. And they're happy. So, mhm.
You know,
I
I
was
think,
gonna say,
go ahead. Go ahead.
how did the happiness of your clients, like, how does that, have you been able to grow the firm? Because we mentioned, like, not all firms operate that way. So how has that impacted your growth?
So we're growing really quickly. And we became last year the first certified B-Corp law firm in Maryland and the 25th in the country. And that has really catapulted us to have the backing behind us that, we're not only saying we're happy, joyful people who have good values, but we're actually walking the walk, and there's someone that has looked at our business practices and agreed with us. And so last year, from 2022 to 23, we actually increased our profit by 69%. And part of that was because we were able to increase our attorney utilization rate to 75%, which is unheard of for law firms. And going on with the happy clients who like us, we have our collection rate is 98%. So we don't, they're happy, they pay us. We don't spend a lot of time and effort hounding clients for money. So, but yeah.
Awesome. Maybe you can help us with our collection rates.
I do have ideas.
You're not going to share them though. You just have them. I think is kind of interesting is that when we get into business, many owners don't recognize how many legal things that they're going to go through, right? Whether it is, just getting the business started, leasing, as you mentioned, office space, protecting intellectual property. There's so many different areas of protection, right? That you're trying to keep someone from either creating a problem for you or taking something of value from you. And I guess what my thought is that there is a general fear factor from many businesses that says, one, I need to trust who I'm dealing with, and then, attorney that I'm dealing with, and then secondly, I may not know everything, but what I don't want is like just this ongoing tab of invoices. Basically, I don't want,
Yeah.
I'm not great at a retainer of $20,000 to have services all
Yeah.
year.
So we've designed our firm to focus on helping a lot of other purpose-driven organizations and businesses, as well as what we call the missing middle, which are the underserved entrepreneurs who typically don't have access to what you're getting at is know-how, capital, and markets. And that's what's going to help make a business successful. And at the end of the day, if you don't have the proper even articles of organization in place, why would an investor trust you with their money if you don't even know how to set up your business? So our goal, we provide sophisticated legal services at a lower price point. We try to do as much flat fee work so that there is no continuous, bills coming from us.
That's great. I think that uncertainty is what stops us a lot of times from being proactive. So we're like, maybe I'll risk it. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. Maybe I'll risk it. And then, we're risking an even bigger bill down the line.
Yeah, exactly. We want our to be proactive, call often. A 10-minute call really can save a big headache in the future.
And is it true that since you're based in Maryland, does that mean that only businesses in Maryland can work with you?
No. So we're based in Maryland. We're licensed collectively in DC, Virginia, North Carolina, and California. And trademark work is federal, so I can do trademark work for anyone in the country.
Yeah, that's fantastic because I wasn't sure and I didn't hear you mention Illinois, but we do some federal stuff. But for those who need services, I just want to make sure that, not only do they know, how to contact you, through LinkedIn or otherwise, or reaching out to your website. Your website. What is your website? It's DMV?
DMV Business Lawyers,
DMVbusinesslawyers.com. Excellent. All right.
DC, Virginia.
Perfect.
And
Well,
if you contact us, it goes directly to me and my partner, and we'll respond. So
excellent. Well, this has been fantastic. I truly appreciate it and informative. I actually believe that all of our businesses need a little bit of I won't say a reinvestigation, but we all need to rethink how we are protecting our businesses moving forward. Once we're established, we've been around for 20 years. I'm sure there's some improvements that we can make in our legal protection. So thank you for sharing.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Ginny.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon. And we might actually have some referrals for you. So look for those in the comments.
Wonderful. Thanks. Bye.
That was great.
I think, at this point, you probably gave me a few ideas that I should have been thinking about ahead of time. But what stood out to you in terms of, what you learned from this?
Yeah, well, I threw you off by asking this question because it was the question on my mind, which is that if she has 69% growth and like unheard of, attorney utilization rates, and she's collecting from her clients, like, why don't all law firms operate this way? The results are there. And I think that that's relevant for a lot of our businesses. If we think about doing more community impact or being, more involved or purposeful and joyful about what we do, that it can actually yield business results. And I think, Nazareth Bonifacino is a good example of that.
It is a unique proposition. And I think that's why they will continue to have success, because the more they meet with founders and business owners, the more comfortable I think business owners will see that it is great to have someone on your team, that you can count on, trust, and that is not gouging you or, intimidating you with the cost of their service. So this was incredible, and I certainly gained a lot from it. And I definitely will reevaluate some of our things with our Illinois-based attorneys. Ding. All right, that's it for us for now. This is a great episode of 12.5 Minutes. I am Jared L. Kelly, and this is
Liz Whitehead.
Enjoy. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.